Ms. Julie Lykins.
Good morning. My name is Julie Lykins, and I am from California. In 1990, after nursing 2 kids, I decided to get Magon, now Allergan, BioCell textured silicone implants. I was happy and fairly healthy for the first 20 years, except for allergies, sinus infections, joint pain, hot flashes, and night sweats. Like most women, I was never advised to replace my implants. I don't know how to change the slide. Oops. I went too far. Oh well. According to a survey from over 1,000 women that I conducted in the support groups, only 13% were aware that they were supposed to get an MRI every 2 years. But the bigger problem is that most doctors are not educated on what the symptoms of a ruptured implant are. My ruptures were not silent. I had symptoms of a rupture that are listed on the FDA website, including pain, tenderness, tingling, numbness, burning, and change in breast shape. My doctors never ordered an MRI of my breasts. I suspected ruptures, but they were undetected by mammograms, ultrasounds, MRIs, over 50 medical professionals, including 4 plastic surgeons. For 5.5 years, I suffered and was at the doctor several times per week, including visits to urgent care, the emergency room, and even hospitalized. I was tested for many autoimmune diseases, heart attack, and a stroke. I am thankful for Nicole Deruta's group and website, healingbreastimplantillness.com, where I finally learned what was wrong with me. Silicone injections to the breast are illegal, so how can it be safe to have any silicone in our bodies? Upon explanting 3 years ago, I learned that my implants had been ruptured for over 10 years due to shell failure. I am now approximately 85% better, but I'm still experiencing symptoms of BIA, ALCL, such as weight loss, swollen lymph nodes, rashes, fatigue, pain, and night sweats. Or could these symptoms be from silicone that has migrated throughout my body? My textured implants cause severe stage 4 capsular contracture, calcification, and double capsules. None of my inner capsules were tested for CD30. Therefore, I do not feel I have been properly tested for BIA ALCL. How many thousands of other women have not been properly tested? This is called rare, but it is not being tested for, it's underdiagnosed, and it's underreported. The FDA needs to immediately ban and recall textured implants. What benefit outweighs the risk of cancer? The FDA needs to send letters to all medical professionals informing them of symptoms and risks of migrated silicone from ruptured implants, gel bleed, or texture flaking off. Why are studies not being done on the over 70,000 of us that have become ill from our implants? Thank you.
William Lykins.
Well, good morning, folks. My name's Bill Lykins. I'm the husband and caregiver to Julie Lykins. A breast implant illness survivor. As Julie's illness progressed, watching her deteriorate before my eyes, it was an extremely helpless feeling. One examination after another, not a single doctor could figure out what was wrong with her. We suspected a rupture, paid for an MRI, which the results falsely indicated that there was no rupture. It's all in your head, we were told time after time. Once we finally learned what the cause was through social media, which is sad that it has to come from there, the helpless feeling I had quickly became anger. Doctors continually told us breast implants are the most studied device on the market. There is no way her breast implants were causing the myriad of symptoms, when in fact that's exactly what the cause was. So was it an indifference or a lack of education on the doctor's part? In my opinion, it was both. I watched my wife of 35 years become so frail that when I touched her, the pain was unbearable. Her weight dropped to 87 pounds. Her health was so poor that I feared I'd lose her. But when she explanted, her health almost improved overnight. It's pretty amazing. About 4 years ago, I lost my sister Terry, who was 55 years old. She had breast implants as well and was suffering from many of the same symptoms my wife and so many of these women here today suffer from. I can't help but think that if medical professionals were educated on this illness sooner, my sister, along with many other women, would still be alive. As an airline pilot and captain for over 32 years, I'm entrusted with many lives, much like the FDA is. If I knowingly took an aircraft that I knew was unsafe and could potentially take all the lives on board the aircraft, perhaps you or your family's lives, that would be negligent to say the least, and then quite possibly criminal. But that's exactly what's happening every day you allow products to become implanted into a woman's body. If you continue to permit the sale of textured implants, the product many countries have already banned while knowing and suspecting that the product is unsafe, wouldn't you be just as guilty as I if I flew an unsafe aircraft, jeopardizing the lives of all who entrusted in me? How much longer? How much longer do women need to suffer? You're here today because your job is to ensure that the American public is protected from products that harm us. Textured implants are one of those products. The FDA and manufacturers must ensure that medical professionals and patients are educated on the debilitating symptoms and risks of all breast implants immediately. Please protect our family and remove the textured breast implants from the market so they can cause no harm. You know, you folks at the FDA, you have a tough job, and we appreciate what you do.
Mr. Lykins, please conclude. You're a minute over time.
Okay, you got to deal with this problem. Thank you.